Hey guys, it's Renata. Welcome back to another episode of Renata Tries. So today I'm doing something very different. I'm actually going to be talking to a new friend of mine. Her name is Stacey Anderson, and she has recently discovered that she has an incredible spiritual gifting, and she's going to talk about it today, and she's going to go through an aura cleanse and energy cleanse with me, which I'm not totally sure what that means. I'm very interested in it, but I'm also very nervous about it because I'm not sure what to expect. So stay watching if you want to see me figure out how this is going to go down and really what it's all about. And also make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you can find out more about the kind of episodes that I do where I try new and different things just like this episode. Also hit that notification bell because you definitely want to know when my next video is coming out. So let's get to meeting Stacey. Stacey, thank you so much for being here today. I'm super excited to talk to you about your gift and really how you're using it to move forward with your new business and all of these amazing things. But first, I wanted you to tell everyone a little bit about yourself and what you do and how you discovered your gift.
I just discovered it very recently, to be honest. I'll go kind of to my background. My background was very much kind of going out partying, being quite negative, talking to myself, really anxious, depressed person, to be honest. So I started going to counselling to try and work through things. And then I was like, there has to be more. Like I knew that instinctively you should be more happy. So I started going to Reiki. And I went back to my counsellor who said, oh, I have a light language message for you. And I was like, what are you on about? I have no idea what that is. Anyway, what it turned out was she was channeling from people's spirit guides from the higher realms. And she made this beautiful singing noise and then had this message come to me, guidance and support. And I was just blown away with it. And then I walked away from that appointment and I was just like, I can do that. And I kept thinking, I can't do that. Why do I keep thinking I can do that? Anyway, within a few days, my hands started going crazy, both my left and right. Went on for over 20 minutes and it was just, but instinctively, I knew not to be scared or I didn't think I was going crazy or anything, and it just kept saying, this is a clearing, this is a clearing. This was the message I kept hearing. I was like, okay, I'm just going to go with this. I thought this just happened to everybody after they had these light language messages. I had no idea. Anyway, messaged my counsellor and she was like, oh, I think a gift is coming within you. So I was like, okay, well, we'll just go with it. Anyway, I actually got ill for 6 weeks with that, and I got a wisdom tooth infection. Don't worry, that won't happen to everybody this happens to. and I had this big clearing in my body, and really it was to go from thinking from the small version of me to the higher version of me. And then I had a few events that I had to work through after that, and wasn't sure what the hand thing was about, whether it would happen again. Anyway, about 8 weeks ago, I would say, no, it must be longer now, at the beginning of this lockdown phase in the UK here, it started going again. And I thought, well, what is this? Went back to my counsellor and she taught me how to do it with the intention from my heart. And since then, I've been able to have more control over it. And I've been able to channel people's messages from the higher realms, from their spirit guides via me. And I also give a energy healing, like a cleansing aura with my hands. And some people say they can feel it. Some people feel it's stagnant energy clearing off of them. Some people have so much energy and come up with these wonderful ideas after. And what I feel is it's people that are already on a spiritual path that are crossing my path, that are already kind of awakening anyway, because I feel that this is a great awakening anyway. So that's where I'm at with my gift. I have no idea where it's going to go or what it's going to do, because this is very early stages for me with it.
Wow. So everything you said just blew my mind.
Wow, thank you.
So if I understand correctly, do you think that your counselor kind of unlocked something in you and that's how you began to be able to channel the spiritual guides?
She absolutely did unlock something in me, and I feel that my path is to also unlock things in people, and not to say that this is going to happen to everybody. Everybody, I believe, is got a light in them that needs switched on. Really, like it's like a gift, that needs switched on. And everybody is going to be lighting up people when they switch theirs on. When you light up, you start lighting other people up, and then they light other people up, and it's just like a knock-on effect. And I feel like this is the time that people are going to start lightening up, and it's really going to have a worldwide spread. And there's so many people's gifts already opening up, and I feel I'm just here to help do that as well. So I'm just part of the process as well.
Okay, so I have to ask you, and maybe this is a bit controversial, but I'm sure that there are skeptics out there that wonder if this is real. So what would you say to those skeptics?
I would say to them, I don't blame you for feeling that way, because I 100% was that person, not even that long ago. For me to be on this path and for this to happen to me is quite unbelievable, to be honest. If you could see me a few years ago, you honestly wouldn't have thought that I would have something like this. And I do feel like it will be hard for people to even, that have known me in the past, to even think, what's she on about, or how she got this gift, or, I mean, it's blowing me away. All I started doing was wanting to do some self-care, really, and get myself feeling into a good place. And then the more I did that, the more learning I got into, and I seemed to end up on this spiritual path. But I genuinely don't blame people for being skeptical of it, because I've been there as well. So I understand if people are. All I can do is know that this is my truth, and I'm just trying to move forward with it.
Wow. Okay, so one of the things that we're going to do today, and I've never done this before with anybody, is we're going to do, correct me if I'm wrong, an aura cleanse. Is that right? So what
we'll do is we'll channel into your spirit guides. We'll do a little breathing meditation together, and then we're going to channel into your spirit guides. The message from them will come out of me to you. And then what we'll do is a cleansing aura, and that's when my hands are all going, and it's really just energy that goes into you to clear up any stagnant energy. That is what I'm channeling, that's what I'm doing. I don't even fully understand this myself. I feel like I am just, a baby, and I'm not even at the walking stage with this. So I don't understand it all, but I can just try my best with you to try and help you understand it.
And you've done this with other people too, right? I'm not the first person that you've done this with.
No. I have done it with other people. I wasn't even sure of doing this with other people. I have to say, I never thought when this happened to me that I'd be sitting here doing this even with you, but I have a friend, and she really nurtured it, and she was really into it, and she could see it being something. And the more it got more obvious that it was beneficial to people, and I don't really understand it all either. But when I do it for people, they're like, you couldn't have even known that. So I'm like, okay, this is the right path. They're doing something right here.
Okay. So but
don't worry, it's not going to give you your deepest, darkest secrets and tell everybody. So don't worry.
Okay, good. So what kind of reactions do you normally see people experience as you're doing these aura and energy cleanses?
I normally keep my eyes closed during it, but what I'm hearing from people, they're saying they might feel tingles, they feel more energized, they feel excited, they just feel kind of like it's like something they've never experienced before. So they're a bit like, what was that? It's just how I was when it happened to me. But it's a happy, excited feeling. No bad messages come through. It's not to anything to be scared of. They're not going to be like, you're going to die on this day or anything like that. It is a message of love, support, and guidance.
Okay, that's good to know, because I definitely feel nervous about doing this for the first time. I mean, I feel safe with you. I'm just nervous about going through the process. Yeah,
definitely. And I fully understand that. And I would never ever push this on anybody either. But then we've spoke a couple of times now, me and you, and we feel like this is a natural process. So I feel like this is the right time for you. So I feel it's excitement and nerves at the same time.
It definitely is. Okay.
Yeah.
So I am ready when you are. So let me know what I should do. Actually, you just take over. You lead me through it.
Okay, that's okay. So what I want us to do is close our eyes together. And I just want you to imagine that you are in a glass pyramid and that you are breathing in love and light. I want you to imagine that you are breathing the love out into the pyramid and the light is shining through your glass pyramid. And I want you just to breathe in and out just a few times. And we'll just do that together. Now, what I'm going to do is call in Renata as guides for today, and us to be open to any messages that we receive. Dear Renata, we cannot thank you enough for doing this, not only for you, but also for Stacey. This is a massive step for both of you. We thank you so much for being here. You are doing so wonderful, Renata, at putting yourself out there. We want you to know that there's even more out there for you to grasp. This is a very, very exciting time, especially for women. Women are rising. This is a great awakening and women are rising. You have a very, very big future ahead of you. We want you to carry on with your YouTube videos and with your Instagram accounts because this is going to get bigger and bigger. The networking that you are doing is going to serve you so well. The memberships that you are going to sign up to is also going to do so well. You are a wonderful, beautiful person, Renata, and you are a wonderful mother, and we cannot stress that enough. You have a very, very bright future. We just want to leave the channeling lines open and you to come back to Stacey because we feel that if there's maybe a question you would like to ask us, if you both just want to open your eyes. Now, so is there a question you want to ask?
Well, first of all, I have to say that got me really emotional. Yeah. I think from our previous conversations, you said that sometimes that can happen. So
yeah, it's just like a release of emotions, isn't it? It is. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
definitely. So let me think. In terms of questions, I guess I would ask, what can I do next?
Renata, you need to start having more fun. You need to get your playful nature out and start relaxing more. Stop taking on so much, stressing so much, and have more fun. Because when you are in a joyous state, that is when you are more aligned. Everything will start coming to you when you start having more fun. Life is meant to be full of fun and full of joy. We cannot stress that enough.
Wow.
Oh, you're feeling emotional. It is emotional, isn't it?
It is, because that's definitely something I've been feeling like I'm not having enough fun and I need to focus on that.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm the same there. It's hard as well when you're a mom, so I fully understand that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And is there anything else you want to ask before we do the cleansing aura?
Should I look for signs to let me know that I'm on the right path? What would they be?
The one that is coming through for everybody at the moment is very much frogs. When you start seeing frogs, you know that you are on this new beginning. New beginnings are happening. This is a new world. This is a new beginning. Frogs are a big sign for people. If you start seeing frogs, not have to be live frogs, just frogs, even in your children's bedroom, there might be frogs. This is a sign that you are on a path of new beginning. We also say that feathers and butterflies are guidance from your higher realms. They are messages from your spirit guides. These are to let you know that you are loved, cherished, and we are thinking of you. Therefore, you are on the right path. Is there anything else?
I think that's it. Wow. Okay, I'm going to look for those then.
Okay, and we'll do the cleansing aura now.
Okay.
So we'll just close our eyes. Renata, this will clear any stagnant energy. This is such an exciting time for you. This is a perfect time for you to have come to Staceys, because now you can start having more fun, more joy. We're going to remove some stagnant energy. If you feel a bit emotional later, do not worry. You are just having a beautiful clearing. You know that these happen, and you know that you do them beautifully. You are a wonderful, joyous person. Keep having fun. Your boys are so beautiful, and you work so well with your husband. We love watching you and your growth, Renata. It's time to have fun and take care of you. We love you so much. We thank you for this evening. Take care, Renata. We love you. Okay, Renata?
Okay.
How are you?
Oh, like really teary?
Tears, I hope.
Yes, it's just a lot. It's a lot of things that I've been thinking about, and so it's really interesting to hear you say them.
Amazing. And that, for me, is confirmation to me as much as it is to you. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. Okay, so what's next?
So I also do an angel card reading, which is, it's the past, present, future. And this is, what I do is I shuffle the cards, and they guide me to your cards. So I'll go, in my head they go, keep going, keep going, keep going, and then I'll go, this is Renata's card. So I'll go silent for a minute. But what I do is I'll shuffle the cards, and when you feel ready, you tell me when to stop, okay?
Okay.
Right, I'm going to start shuffling, so just whenever you feel.
Okay.
Does that stop?
Stop, yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so now we have 3 cards here for you. So I'm going to go for how the past has affected you. So this is the crumbling. What are you clinging on to? So I'll just go to that card. There is a shift happening right now where anything inauthentic can no longer survive. Relationships, jobs, social structures, anything built on shaky ground is destined to tumble. It's happening to bring you back home to who you truly are, both individually and in society as a whole, so you can live a life that is aligned with who you truly are. When you are in the thick of it, it can feel like a personal attack from the universe. Have faith that the difficult times will be your defining moments. You will be reborn in the fire. You are being called to surrender, to stop trying to hold it all together, to loosen your grip, to let the crumbling occur. It may be difficult at first, but in the end, the sooner you let go, the sooner the rebirthing will occur. What you are trying to hold on, what are you trying to hold together? What are you doing your best to avoid? How are you trying to pretend everything is okay? You have what it takes to allow what is falling away to tumble and fall. Once the tower has crumbled, you will be able to rebuild your home on solid ground with the mighty foundations and a view that is so magnificent, that it will take your breath away. Each new morn, Kali, the goddess of destruction, and the Black Madonna are with you now. Lay it on their altar. They can hold it all. So would that resonate with you, with your kind of past?
Yes, I would agree with that.
Yeah, I would say anybody that's going through coming up their spiritual path definitely goes through a crumbling, don't they?
Yes.
So this is where you are at the moment. I've never had this. Just say yes.
Wow.
So, and all this card says for this one is yes, 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 yes. So whatever you're ready to say yes to, just say yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. If that's not a big sign, I don't know what is.
I know, there must be something you're ready to say yes with. And so this is your future. So dance with life. Do something to change your energy. Now, life is always moving. If you resist this ever-changing flow, your energy will become stagnant and you will fall out of flow with the universe. The universe has a mysterious, intelligent force, a natural rhythmic beat, which governs all of life. One of the best ways to shift your energy, frequency, and vibration is to put on some music and dance along with it. When we dance unrestrained, our spirit takes over, and with each new bop, sway and kick, we are brought back into harmony with the rest of life. Get unstuck by doing something that shifts your vibration. Put on some music, dance unrestrained, and fall into the frequency of life. In doing so, your body will begin to learn how to be moved by your intuition, which is connected with its systematic beat. If dancing isn't your thing, then simply do something that you would not usually do to shift the energy. You cannot solve a problem with the same mind that created it, and you cannot attract a different experience without changing your energy first. It is time to shift things up and to find a way to dance along with the beat of life. So that'll be you. Just start dancing in the future, going forward, and everything will be good.
I guess you're going to see me do a lot more dancing.
Yeah, well, please give me some tips. I need to do the same.
So I wanted to ask you, well, first of all, thank you so much. This was such, obviously an emotional experience, but also I feel like very eye-opening for me. And I think maybe that might be what a lot of people perhaps go through when they do these kinds of things. But I wanted to ask you, like, okay, so for me, what I'm experiencing in addition is just like that little bit of doubt, like, are all these things that you're saying true? And so how should I kind of move forward with that feeling?
Well, if you find out, please tell me, because I still go about doubting it. You know, I think the thing with it is our egos want to say, you know, this isn't true, and keep us in a place. It might not always feel good in this place, but it feels safe, basically. And when something new comes into it, it's like, no, that's not true. I also think it's so unusual for our logical brains to understand this. I mean, for me, I've done that for you, and this is going through me, but I'm still learning. I'm still get confused by it all, to be honest. All I can say is I know that the world is going more spiritual, and this will all make perfect sense one day. That's how I feel.
Well, that helps me a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I fully understand it, because even when my counselor did it for me, I was still like, what was that? You know, it's I suppose after maybe it'll just slot into place one day, or maybe you need to do it a few times till you're totally there with it. But I definitely think for you to be here, you definitely believe that there's something more there, and I suppose it'll all just, we're on the cusp of it. I feel not that we're on the cusp of it, but because we're just here, I'm on the cusp of this just now, all this spiritual stuff and what's happening in the world, and so are you. So I suppose it'll all just become more real, and we'll start understanding it more. So really, all I can say is I don't know how to answer that.
Well, that's as good an answer as any.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Now, like, when it comes to the spiritual guides, who are they? Like, can you tell who they are, or is it, because it has to be someone that means something to me, right?
Yeah, so that's like your spirit guides for sure, and then we all have our own spirit guides. And what I'm learning though actually is that we have, so you have a spirit guide, from what I gather is you have a spirit guide from birth, and then you also have like the universal support team who are there as well, waiting on the bench for you to call them in. And you have different ones at kind of different stages of your life as well. Some might stay with you in life, but it depends what you're going through. Then you might have different ones as well. Again, something I'm just practicing on and learning on as well. I know I've been asking my ones names and stuff like that, but what I gather is it doesn't really, that kind of thing doesn't really matter up there.
Okay.
Is what I'm gathering. But it's for our human brains, we need to know all these things. But again, I'm just at the start of it all, and I'm I just can't get my head around it all either. So yeah, but I do know that so like your ones will be different to my one.
Right.
Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I would guess that too. Yeah. The reason why I ask is because I just definitely felt like, and I don't know if this makes sense, but I definitely felt like the strong presence of my grandmother, so my father's mother, and I don't know if that means anything.
So yes, so they are not your spirit guides, but they are always there with you.
Okay.
So they're always there with us. So like what I'm feeling as well is like my granddad is always here, but he does not have really he doesn't have any kind of say or guidance over my life. He is just there, and like he is here to be there and be supportive. I would think if my granddad started taking over my life, I'd be on a different path. So It is up to the spirit guides is what I'm thinking, but certainly the presence is there for sure, and you would have felt her. She would have been there for sure.
Wow. Well, this has been truly amazing. This has been like so mind-boggling, but in like the best way. So thank you so much for doing this with me. This was incredible.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I've got so much more out of it, I think, than you, because I love doing this for people. So thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. So if people want to get a hold of you to possibly do these aura or energy cleanses with you and angel card readings, how can they get in contact with you?
So I am on Instagram and it's Stacey Anderson. And I do not, because I say this is so new to me, I don't even have a web page or anything like that. So please feel free though to get in touch on my Instagram, and it's Stacey Anderson. Maybe even they contact you and you could put them in the right direction.
Yes, and we'll definitely link it in the show notes as well. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So new to all of this, I wouldn't even thought of that.
Thank you again so much. I really appreciate everything. Like the gifts that you've given me today has been huge.
Thank you. And yeah, keep in touch. It's been great speaking to you.